expensive. And about we need about the demand. We need to satisfy the growing demand, especially in the European countries. So currently we don't have the alternative because the renewable energy is quite expensive, and coal is cheap, but it's quite not good for the environment. So currently the nuclear power is required, and okay. And about why nuclear power is not needed, and it's the it takes the high maintenance cost, and we had also we had a high risk if the accident happened. Then
nuclear waste.
Yeah, okay. And we have the it's quite huge problem that we have the nuclear waste, and we cannot dispose the nuclear waste currently, and especially in Japan, we don't have a place to dispose the nuclear waste. And if we move the nuclear power, the the waste will increasing, but we don't have the place to dispose. It's quite huge problem. But we think about the in the world, the demand is growing, so I think that to catch up with the demand, the nuclear power is required. Any additional?
I think one of the things also we discussed was nuclear, like in the concept of climate change. So now, in the short term, because so many countries have actually nuclear plants, it's going to be hard to like just stop using nuclear power from now. Like on the long term, it's going to be possible, but from now, the best thing that we can do is just like not encourage anymore like the building of new nuclear plants, and more focusing on like I guess higher and like stricter laws on safety risk and how it can be more like maintained in a better way. Especially I think in Asian countries, because many Asian countries power plants were built with foreign companies, so with foreign knowledge and know-how. So I think we should also increase the knowledge between Western maybe more countries or European countries and Asian ones. And I think, yeah, another thing was because, like, we actually had a colleague from India who said something really interesting about renewable energy. So she was telling us that in India there were a lot of like wind farms, but because there was like a lack of also knowledge and technology, like it wasn't really an efficient like solution for them, and that's why they had also to use nuclear on site. So yeah, just like we all thought about just more like cooperation is definitely needed, like in terms of sharing know-how. And you want to?
Okay, that's all. Okay.
So that's from us. Any comments, please come to the computer. Hi, Alice. This is Liang Yi. Yes, come.
Perfect. There. Okay. Hello. Yeah. I'm hoping that you guys will point out the cost of nuclear, the total cost. The installations, billions of dollars are really only financing the bankers. On top of that, the health risk and the things that are going to cost to heal the people's health as well. And you're talking about the waste problem, insurmountable, plus the cost. The economic argument, I think, is very strong against nuclear, even just the installation of it and the utilization of it. So that money replaced with what you're saying, renewable energy, clean energy, is going to be a compelling argument against the nuclear. There is there's no way to get rid of the waste. It's inherently toxic forever. Yeah, and that's just the truth. So whatever we do is going to be passed on to the generations. I just anyway wanted to encourage the anti-economic argument.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'd like to add something on the economic argument. Like I agree with you. Like, what can I do?
Can you speak just more closer than of the computer? Thank you.
Yeah. Like I agree with you on the economic argument about nuclear power, but I also just would like to emphasize that like the problem with renewable energies is it was also that it wasn't really always economically like profitable. So there was also like the downside of renewable energy in terms of like the economic argument about it, like because it's also new technology and stuff, like it's so yeah.
May I add?
Yeah, sure.
In Japan, about the cost of nuclear, it's the government said that it's quite cheap, but currently the various researchers said that it's not cheap, and we have the quite huge subsidy to the local government. That is if government tries to build the nuclear power, if they don't give the subsidy, the local community doesn't allow to build, doesn't accept. So it's quite they need to include the subsidy, but we cannot see how much the cost is in Japan current situation. Okay.
We should move to this.
Okay.
But maybe like
There's another question for you.
Hello.
Hello.
According to you, what is a big problem with nuclear?
Okay.
Yeah.
According to you, what's the biggest issue with nuclear energy? Do you think what's the biggest problem with nuclear? Do you think it's the waste, or it's simply the fact that the economical side is not really clear? If it's if it's
All factor is important, but especially it's in nuclear power is commercially it's not they cannot stand without subsidy, so it's quite the huge problem, and I think it's the important problem. Yeah, I think.
okay. So you think that without subsidies, nuclear power would not exist, right?
Yeah.
Would not be possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So probably that government should stop the subsidy to the nuclear power plants and nuclear electricity, right?
Yes, the government tries to keep the industry of nuclear power. Yes.
Okay. Alice, we're gonna have to shift to the second group for the next section. Thank you for you guys.
Thank you.
So the next team will talk about what I discussed as an individual, how we can reduce climate change.
Can we start now? Hi. Hi, can you hear me? Hi. Hi there. How everyone? Okay.
So we're gonna talk about what we can do individually to combat the global warming. And we are running out of time, so we're gonna just introduce three solutions.
The first one that we want to introduce is about we want to reduce the waste consumptions that we generate daily in our lifestyles. It can be through reduce, recycles.
Okay, for example, like we should bring water bottles, not to use, PET bottles or like Starbucks, things. Or we can just, resist plastic bag.
Yeah. Next, for the second one, we say that we should promote local consumption. For example, like we can consume local things. Like we shouldn't buy the stuffs from the overseas. Like if I buy stuffs from the France, it costs a lot of like transportation, and it's gonna be like huge
Emission of
yeah
CO2.
emissions. Yes, that's all. And the last one.
And last, use SNS and share our thoughts to our friends or something like that. Yeah.
It can be done through like social media, through videos, like Twitter, Insta, get us
Facebook.
like Facebook. I guess you guys also have Facebooks, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's our.
Do you guys any questions?
I don't know if you have also this kind of things, but I know that in France there's local associations organizing local food supply chain and short supply chain, like even direct from producers to the consumers. I don't know if there's things also, but I know that some of the university in France are having developing a link with this association, and then they you can have like your own lunch like bag of vegetables and local products for the week, and it's quite cheap, and it's local products, sometimes organic products, and it's really interesting to develop that into university for students that don't have really time and that don't usually think about that. So I think it's also a point on our everyday life because it's good for our health and it's also good for the planet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So next, we will invite our third group. They discuss about what is the most important approach to combat climate change. You can start whenever you start.
Hello. Hello. We are discussing about the most important thing to solve climate change, and we have two important things. And first is green economic system. Uh, if government make green economic system, the climate change will solve. For example, the government make incentive. The company will invest to green technology. For example, the government make carbon tax, impose carbon tax. The company will reduce oil consumption, or like that. And if the government introduce feed-in tariff, the renewable energy introduction will be rate increase. Second part.
And we discussed another point. This is kind of vague, but one of the most important thing for climate change would be like how we use or civil sector like NGOs kind of things can have more political power in real political situations like COPs, also UN, Thank you. Yeah. So we would love to discuss this topic also with you guys. So if you have any opinions, how we can get more politically powerful, how we can actually interact with people in positions also. So please share your ideas. Thank you. So please tell me your opinion. いかついやつが思ってた5倍ぐらいいかついやつ。日本語だから言える。
So, did you guys have any legal action as a form of more youth political power? Speaking about right to life and right to health, I think that would be a powerful way.
Can you repeat? Can you repeat? I'm not sure they get your point.
So, a legal approach through the right to life and the right to health for all future generations.
Right.
Awesome.
Honest, Japan, they're having very big demonstration.
Like laws. Okay.
Oh yeah. But still, the idea of getting power is not very strong, like very popular in here. So this COY 11 Tokyo is one of the activities we are having to express our opinions to COY and COP's conference. Yes.
Have you heard also about like some NGOs trying to sue the people to court to like about also like what they will what will be the consequences for the future generation, and they sue some big companies or they sue even the government itself. Have you heard about that? Do you think it's possible as a youth NGOs sometimes to raise our voices about the like the consequences during the future generations? Do you think like it's possible in Japan or in Asia?
So Japan's NGO is not strong, not stronger than European countries' NGO. So it is a little difficult, but there are some chance to tell the government our opinion. For example, public comment or opinion exchange meeting, like that. So then we can tell, but the government haven't changed their policy by it. Personally, I haven't heard that NGOs sued some of the powerful people to the court. So I don't think it's very popular here in Asia yet. Can you tell me where did they sue? Like, did they took them? What kind of court did they use for that? International court?
Hey, so in our case in Canada, in New Brunswick, the East Coast. We fought against fracking, shale gas, and we got harmed for doing so, and we did it peacefully. So in repercussion, we launched a lawsuit against the provincial government, the Canadian government, and that company. And what else? Peopleslawsuit.com if you guys want to check it out, see how we did it.
So
any other questions?
Like this kind of lawsuit have already started in Canada, but I don't know if it's possible. Like I don't know if you follow the lawsuits against Fukushima nuclear plant companies. If some associations are in charge of that in Japan. And because this is a way to empower the civil society, because the justice is like an individual thing.
So you guys should like go to the law students, to the law schools, law universities, ask their point of view on that situation.
Do you have another issue to raise? Do you want to speak about something else with us? Do you guys have any questions, like an issue that are important to you? Yeah, come. Okay, Sarah.
Okay.
Hi guys.
Hi.
I just want to give you some comment regarding the first section, nuclear power plant, because I'm from Taiwan. I totally understand your situation. So I just want to show your greetings, and then because in Taiwan we also have a lot of demonstration against nuclear power plants. So we also have this kind of flag. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Oh, good Japanese. Not Japanese. Chinese. Good Chinese. I'm sorry. Good Chinese.
It's Mandarin and it says no nukes, no Fukushima. So you are not alone. We are fighting with you. Yeah.
Sorry. 카메라 몇 번이? 몇 번이? 몇 번이?
Yes.
Any questions, comments to come to that? Anything?
Nami? Yeah, there was like one participant here in France who was wondering what the Japanese government is doing about nuclear, like because of Fukushima, and after Fukushima, like how is the situation of nuclear plants in Japan? I think that some of them have been shut down, but not all of them. Is there a strong mobilization for the closing of this nuclear plant? Do you know a little bit more about the situation? Someone or someone else? I don't know.
Is there any like ways to answer this? Like how the Japanese government is reacting to like 311?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike. Brief reply to your question is like, as far as I know, as years passes by after the Fukushima incident, the media treating about the issue is kind of decreasing, and the government is trying to reactivate some of the nuclear plants in Japan also, telling that they are controlling the safety of the nuclear plants. Yes. Yeah.
And about the price of the Fukushima power plant, we have the radioactivated water is flow to the ocean and surrounding the places, and so they try to stop this radioactivated water, but currently they try to freeze the place of the the water is dropping, spilling out and dropping to the underground, and this water goes to the ocean and the other places. So they try to froze the place, but it's currently not completed. Yeah, that is the current situation. Okay. Finished? Yeah.
Thank you very much. I don't know. Nami?
Yeah.
Are we over with the debate? But we can stay online for a question and answer and anything else. I don't know. What's
Yeah. I think yeah, we have 10 minutes.
Sorry?
We have still 10 minutes.
Okay.
We have like Q&A session, like why you're participating in COY.
Yeah. We can stay on. We can like make a short break and do the Q&A session in 10 minutes. What do you want it? Is it fine for you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to mobilize other participants of the COY for the Q&A session in 10 minutes. And we're using the other Google Hangout link.
Yeah, we also we've already have our URL of Google Hangout between Rabato and Antananarivo.